Hello and welcome everyone, and happy new moon in Pisces. We're going to wait a few minutes to see who hops on here. I am doing this on my phone today because my internet is being funky with my computer. And you guys know how I am when I do these live streams on my phone. So hopefully I'll be able to figure everything out and keep up with the chat. I was trying to find time to do this video all week, and then it dawned on me that the new moon is happening right now. So this is a perfect time, and I figured a live stream was a perfect way to go about it. It is actually technically at 2 a.m. that the new moon will be exact. This is when the sun is conjunct the moon at 1 degree of Pisces. And so we're feeling this energy right now. We're going to be feeling it straight through tomorrow and into tomorrow evening as well. Hello, CDX. Happy new moon and happy Pisces season, everyone. Hopefully, I will have time to do another live stream for the Pisces season energies before I go away later this week. I'm going to be going and visiting family for the bulk of this upcoming week. But this is a big, big day and a big energy. So I'm really glad that I was able to get on here and do this video with you guys. I think it's going to be really beautiful to have us all together live, feeling into these energies. We are not only experiencing the new moon. Hello, Amber. Welcome. Right now, but we're also, okay, so we got the new moon, we got Pisces season beginning. We also have the second leg of the 2-2 portal that is beginning tomorrow. It's really right now. It's all linked in, right? And like we say, time and these energies, they radiate, they ripple. And so we are experiencing that 2-2 portal energy. It's going to be stronger when we hit that 220 and then all the way through 222 and possibly a little bit further, like we said, as that continues to ripple out. So there are a lot of powerful light codes coming in right now. Hello, Stanley. This is the live stream. Hello, Jamie. A lot of powerful light codes coming in right now. Just a lot of energy. If you are feeling drained, if you are feeling tired, there is a reason for that. It's because we are taking in so much right now. So make sure that you're hydrating. Make sure that you are getting plenty of rest. All the things that we always talk about. Oh, beautiful. Oh, well, there you go, Amber. It's Kismet. Is that what they say? That with about divine timing, right? Kismet. Hello, Stir the Pot. Oh, it's wonderful to see you. I haven't seen you on here. I don't think you've caught a live stream in a little while. I think it'll be fun to see who does hop on, considering we're doing this at a time that I don't usually do live streams. It's about 10 p.m. or so, almost 10:30 p.m. where I am. But we're located all over the world. And so even if it might be a little late for some people in my time zone, we're maybe going to catch people that we don't typically get to catch, which is beautiful. So really absorbing, taking in, setting that intention to take in these light codes coming in. We talked about in the 2-2 portal video how there are light codes streaming in to support our physical health and vitality, as well as the balancing of our masculine and feminine energies, the balancing of duality. Oh, my hands are going. I'm already knocking stuff over. But that was a great reminder. I like to use my Florida water before I touch my cards. Hello, Ty. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Allie. Hello, Evelyn. Yeah, gotta clear that, right? And this moon is so much about clearing, cleansing, and purification. It is that water energy, that beautiful Pisces energy. So this is that Pisces energy being ruled by Neptune is really opening a powerful gateway to our soul. And so this new moon is very much the solar energies off the charts as well. I am not surprised, definitely not surprised. Hello, Baymax. Hello, everyone that I haven't mentioned. All right, I'm trying to see. There we go. I got it so the messages stay on my screen. So like we said, we're learning as we go here. And so, yeah, we were talking about the Neptunian energy, the Pisces energy. That provides a really beautiful window as we're experiencing this second leg of the 2-2 portal to really bring in those higher light codes for the soul. This particular new moon is assisting us in dissolving some of those heavier energies of the 3D matrix. It's also assisting us in dissolving and releasing any attachments that we have, hello cookies mama, that really tie us through this to this third dimensional reality, this matrix construct. So, and we all have these attachments. It's going to look different for different people, but there are ways that each and every single one of us, I mean, we were born into this energy. Oh my God. Hello, Jason. I haven't seen you in forever. I'm so happy you're on here. This is beautiful. Yay. Oh, we're kicking it old school tonight. We got a lot of some of the old school faces on here too. This is beautiful and perfect as we're moving through these energies. It's really bringing us closer to our soul. So it's not only dissolving anywhere where we have attachments to the matrix and to these three-dimensional construct and energies. And as I was saying before I got distracted there, I mean, we were born into this energy, right? We were indoctrinated into it. And there are some things about it that are really fun and nice distractions, right? So we all have some attachments here, but it's also helping to dissolve anything that stands between us and the full manifestation and embodiment of our soul. We are bringing more of our soul light into our physical bodies right now. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome. And also, what was I just going to say? That's the live stream. It's like, it gets so exciting when everyone hops on. Sometimes it's hard to keep that train of thought, but we're just going to keep moving through these energies and just celebrating the fact that we're all here together in the meantime. So for anyone watching the replay, I'm sorry if it ends up a bit disjointed, but we're going to get to all the stuff, right? And it's a lot of good stuff, right? So this dissolving of, oh, hello, Serena, welcome. This dissolving of anything, any barriers between us and our soul, and anything that is preventing us from really truly embodying our soul, embodying our truth, and embodying more of that soul light. And this is why it's so important to take such good care of our physical vessels right now. And this is why we are receiving these codes through these 2-2 portal energies that are supporting our physical vessels, our physical vitality, because we are ascending in our physical bodies. This is not something that is typically done. Our entire bodies have to transform in order for this process to take root, right? We're moving from a carbon-based life form to a crystalline life form, to a crystalline body, if you will. And that's an intensive process. So there's going to be some growing pains with this. And that's why the rest and the hydration, the taking care of our bodies, some people may feel hungrier. Some people may feel like they need to eat less. Just go with whatever feels right to you. Eat whatever feels right to you. You're going to notice, because when you eat certain foods, you may feel heavier. Other foods may make you feel lighter. They may make you feel more vibrant. So really start working with the things that make you feel vibrant, that give you that energy. And I am pleased to announce I'm going to be talking about it more, but I am now working with natural Shilajit resin. And I've been taking the resin for probably a week and a half now. I've been slipping it into my mushroom coffee. I started drinking Rise mushroom coffee as well. And I have to say, I feel pretty incredible. The day after I began taking it, my body already was detoxing itself. And now, like, the vitality that I'm feeling within my being, it really has skyrocketed. So I'm really excited to see where this journey is going to continue. Probably starting in March, once I really have some concrete evidence, if you will, and I can really speak to the product, I am going to be talking more about it. But I got to tell you guys, I am really enjoying it. So it's finding stuff like that, stuff that supports your vitality, stuff that supports your body and supports the metamorphosis of your physical body as well. And when you're hydrating, Spirit wants me to bring up, excuse me, this point. Make sure that you're drinking good water. All right, not all water is created equal. You definitely don't want to be drinking the water from your tap if you can avoid it. Bottled water is a slight step up, but bottled water still is really, what I'm finding out about most bottled waters is that they're just relabeled tap water for the most part. And so getting a water filter, I use Clearly Filtered. They send you a picture. It filters out all kinds of nasty stuff. I believe it even filters out fluoride. Oh, yes, I see that, Jason. I know you by both of those names. It's great. Yeah, it's just great to see you. I'm so happy to have you here. So something like that. So just really being cognizant of the kind of water. There's like vortex water. There's all kinds of different ways that you can just really up your water game so that you are getting the minerals, you are getting the nutrients, and you're weeding out a lot of that toxic stuff that gets added to our water on purpose, as we know, and also just as a byproduct of just the natural state of pollution that we live in this world. Yeah. However you can find that good water, that's going to be key. Our bodies are mostly water. This planet is primarily water. We are a water species. That is our primary element that we're working with, humans, is the element of water. All right, so it is so incredibly important. Oh, hello, Robin from Australia. I love my Aussie contingent. Great to see some people representing tonight. All right, now that my water spiel is over, see, I got my water here as I always do, and I like to I got to visit with a very dear friend of mine tonight, very near and dear to my heart. We haven't been able to get together in quite some time, and she was doing the cucumber water, so I have some nice cucumber water in my water bottle tonight. Hello, Oni. I'm so glad you're here, Rosie Marie. If I didn't say hi, I'm saying hi again. Yeah, so now that we've gone through the water spiel, just really supporting ourselves, setting that intention to receive these healing codes that are going to assist our bodies as they continue to transform. And the transmissions that I've been receiving are suggesting that we're really going to see this physical transformation. Hello, Nizamudin. We're going to feel this, begin to really notice this physical transformation over the coming months. We're going to notice that we begin to look different, that we feel different. Our skin is going to look different. Many of us, if we are on this ascension path and we're taking care of ourselves, may notice ourselves beginning to look younger or more youthful, or just like there's going to be some shifts and changes happening in the composition of our bodies, just in a lot of different ways. So that's going to be really interesting. Hello, Flown. Just to see what that looks like, quite literally, and what that feels like as well, and all the ways that we can be supporting ourselves. Hello, Jamie. It's going to be beneficial. So set the intention to receive those healing light codes. Remember, even if you're catching this after the 2-2 window, which is roughly from right now until the 22nd, time is linear in this dimension, in this construct, but we can move in and out of time and in and out of time zones. All right, so we have access to every single moment from the eternal now. So you can set the intention to receive the light codes, even if you're watching this after that window has supposedly closed. All right, it's always available to us. It's just going to be the most easily accessible right now. So yeah, this new moon, as we talked about, really dissolving the barriers between ourselves and our souls, dissolving the resistance. All right. And this is the part that Spirit wanted us to really understand, is that it's the resistance that is painful. My ears, actually, there's a lot of pressure in my ears right now. They're feeling like they want to pop, which is really interesting. It's the resistance that's painful. So as Neptune is coming in, this beautiful Piscean energy is coming in and wanting to dissolve what's not working, wanting to dissolve what is tethering us to these lower vibrations, to these lower vibration time. I wanted to say timelines, or I was going to say timelines, but then I almost said time zones. I'm reading this really interesting book right now. It's called The Past Chats and the Crystal People. And it's this channeled material from these two extraterrestrial races who live within the Syrian system. And it's really fascinating stuff, you guys. I have so much interesting stuff that we're going to be talking about and getting into. I am so excited. It really is, right, Jason? I'm going to be training in a new healing modality soon. It's called Aura, and the acronym, I'm still learning everything about it. All I know is from the second I heard about it, it immediately resonated and I felt very drawn to it. So I'm very excited about that. And there's a lot of information. Part of the process includes like a regression where you regress back to lives between lives, your lives on different planets, different things like that. And you talk directly to your soul and get to ask your soul questions. And there are transmissions that come through for humanity as a whole during these sessions. And so my teacher that I'm going to be working with, as many do, as Dolores Cannon, her mentor, did. Robin, that's wonderful that you're feeling great too and feeling those energies. Has compiled a lot of information on exactly what it is that we're dealing with in this 3D construct, in this matrix system, what it is, how it is that we heal it, that we bring the love light in and really transform this reality. And I'm going to be sharing that information with you, everything that I can as I learn it, and so much more. I've been really looking into this for quite some time because I've been learning some things and hearing some things and trying to put some pieces together, but I don't share anything that doesn't resonate. I have to feel 100% resonance with the information that I'm receiving, and it's been spotty so far. So I haven't shared anything, but I feel a lot of resonance with this modality, and I feel like the information that I have heard so far has resonated with me as well. So I can't wait to share more of that with you guys. As it comes through. So there's just so much stuff that's going to be transpiring here. And we're gonna get into all of it. The energy is definitely building. I've been experiencing a ton of synchronicities lately. I don't know. Are we in a solar storm? That makes sense, Amber. I don't know about you guys, but the repeating number sequences, the synchronicities have been off the charts. There have been moments where I've thought something and I've needed assistance with something, and a person immediately materializes to address exactly what I was thinking about. It's been fucking wild these past couple days. And this is, as we're moving through this energy, right, where this is what happens when we get into these gateways of energies and when we really begin to synchronize with our souls. Everything just, it is literally like magic. And that's what we're here to experience. So I feel like a lot more of that is going to be happening for a lot of people as we continue to move through these energies. But like we said, if we do it without resistance, we've been talking, and those of you who follow Pete's channel know that he's been talking about this a lot as well. The importance of releasing attachment. All right, so this is attachment to our identity, the version of ourselves that we think we understand, right? Attachment to the ego. This is attachment to lower dimensional energies, to any of these pleasures and pastimes that allow us to unplug. Anything that disconnects us from our soul. This is attachments to people, attachments to places, attachments to belief systems, attachment to ways of being, attachment to our comfort zone. Anything that we are attached to, there's like an automatic energy of resistance there, especially where spirit is trying to shake us free from all of that. We're really trying to, and it's ideal to move into a space of neutrality. But I'm feeling it like neutral excitement. But we really want to be in this place where we're letting things come in and out of our reality as they wish. We're not trying to hold on to anything. We're allowing everything that's meant for us to come in and everything that's not to leave. And that's it. Being in that state of complete peace with whatever those things are and however that process is happening. Really surrendering into that flow. Anything that spirit is trying to dislodge right now, it's incredibly important to let it go. If we try to hang on, well, it's not going to work, but it's going to cause us a lot of pain in the process. So just release it. Just let it go. I know easier said than done sometimes, but this is why we've been practicing with this, especially over the last few years. All right, so let's see what else we want to talk about with this new moon. I have my chart in front of me so I can kind of look over these energies. Now, we have a loose conjunction with Saturn during this new moon. Saturn is in the final degrees of Aquarius, but still within a few degrees of this new moon. And many of you know that one of the astrologers that I do follow, I follow a couple of them. Molly McCord is my favorite. She's an intuitive astrologer. She is amazing. Nadia Shah, I absolutely love. I know there's a lot of people on my channel that found me through her channel. She's incredible. Molly McCord is another one of my favorites. And she talked about in one of her videos the energy of how Saturn is going to be retracing this 1 degree of Pisces point. multiple times throughout this year. And so that would mean when Saturn moves past this point and then retrogrades and then crosses this point again. So this is, hello, Paula. This 1 degree of Pisces point is a really important point right now. We want to pay attention to what's coming up during this new moon, because there are soul lessons and there's something big that we're going to be continuing to revisit. Hello, Pete. Welcome. Around this energy, this 1 degree of Pisces point, as Saturn moves back across this. And this is during Saturn's retrograde. So remember, we just did the video on Saturn and Pisces. If you guys haven't checked that out, do. This is a huge energy. Saturn and Pisces and Pluto moving into Aquarius. These are the 2 energies that make March such a dynamic month. Oh, Jamie, that's intense, girl. You are in for it. Hopefully in the best way. A lot of transformation for you coming with that point so active this year. Wow. So what were we saying? Yes, Saturn and Pisces. This is a big energy. And so we're really working with these energies, and you guys check out the video for all of the details. But Saturn and Pisces is really helping us ground the spiritual into this 3-dimensional reality. It's helping us with the integration of these light codes, like we were talking about, of really integrating the soul into the physical vessel and integrating more of this spiritually based energy and this spiritually based lifestyle, right, into this physical reality that we live in. There's a lot of powerful stuff happening with that. So as Saturn is tracing this point, it's going to be during a retrograde. And so we're working with the Aquarius and Pisces energies. Saturn is bringing through and helping to anchor in those light codes with the Aquarius energy that really assist us with our individuality, bracing our own individual soul spark. All right. And so what I've been learning and understanding a little bit better is that we all have a group soul. And so this is like some people call it a soul group. And this is a whole grouping of souls that evolve together, that grow together, that often incarnate together. And then we have our individual soul spark within that essence. And so we all have a similar vibe. We have a similar energy. But then we each have our own individual energy within that collective energy. And this is the paradox or the beautiful energy of Aquarius and Pisces. Pisces is the one, right? Aquarius is the one within the one, if that makes any sense. And so really anchoring in those individual soul codes, those things that make our individual spark, our individual essence special, that make it stand out, our soul gifts. And then anchoring that into the more collective energy and anchoring in. So it's like we're working with our individual soul spark and we're working with this, our collective, our group soul spark. And anchoring all of this in for the greater collective. And when we talked about Saturn and Pisces, I was feeling that a lot of souls are going to be awakening for perhaps the first time around this. So a whole new wave of souls, kind of like around the 4/4 portal. In 2020, the 444 portal, that was one of the hugest portals we've had in a really long time. That and that 12/12/12/21 gateway. Those were big portals and big energies. And we had a whole brand new wave of souls awakening. This Saturn and Pisces transit, which lasts until 2026, is feeling a lot like that as far as how many souls are going to be waking up and coming online, so to speak. And so we're really learning a lot about who we are as the individual and who we are within the one. And I think this Saturn in the Saturn retrograde that we're going to be experiencing and these Saturn energies are really going to speak to that, if you will. And we're going to have our individual soul lessons that we are each closing out and learning around these Aquarian and Piscean energies. And I'm pulling up the chat again for a second so I can compassion and reintroduction. I love that. Yeah, people who we would term as not quite awakened yet are experiencing ascension symptoms. And you know what the funny thing is? I got to get on this for a second, you guys. And welcome, Stephanie, by the way. There is a certain virus, right, that has supposedly these symptoms that last long after people have experienced it. And those symptoms, if you look them up and you look up ascension symptoms, they're very similar in nature, almost identical, some would say. And so there's going to be a lot of people waking up and they're going to be experiencing these ascension symptoms, but they're going to be told if they go in to get themselves checked out that they're symptoms of something else instead, which I find really fascinating, right? But I don't think that's going to prevent people from finding out the truth of what's going on. People are, thank you, Pete, so much. I love it. He's always on it. People are still, people are going to be exploring. They're going to be more and more curious. I said in the Saturn and Pisces video, those of us who feel called to assisting people to awaken in some capacity, like we're going to be very busy because there's going to be a lot more people who are beginning the spiritual journey and looking for answers, looking for support, looking for guidance. So the big boom, the big spiritual boom is upon us, you guys. We thought we were in it already, but it's going to be taking off over the next few years. I'm telling you, it's going to be wild. All right, so what else do we want to... So pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to where this 1 degrees of Pisces point is in your chart. And what you may be experiencing as Saturn continues to move over this point. Remember, Saturn is known as the Lord of Karma. So there are probably karmic cycles that are closing and new karmic cycles that are beginning here. All right, we have Venus. We got a lot of action with Venus during this new moon as well. She's still within range of Neptune. Remember, we talked about around Valentine's Day, we had that huge heart opening energy, that huge heart activation with Venus conjunct Neptune. And so this energy, we're still feeling it. I got to tell you guys, though, on the day of that, I was super irritable. I guess maybe things were being brought to the surface. Maybe there was purging going on for me. But I know a lot of people struggled a lot during that day. So the energy was not what I would have expected it to be. But I think it did the trick. And so we're still in that process. I think we're stepping more into the energy of that after receiving the activation and perhaps releasing what needed to be released. Remember, this is all about this new moon. This whole month has been about releasing density. All right. And we're in it. This new moon is a big energy of that again. And so I feel like we're beginning to feel more of the harmonious effects of that activation of Venus conjunct Neptune. Yeah, it was rough, right, Suzanne, a little bit. So we're still feeling that, but we also have Venus here. I'm looking at my chart because I want to make sure. I had to do this on my phone, so I'm on my old phone with my chart, and it's set up different on my iPhone now. So it's going to take me a minute to remember where everything is that I'm looking for on here. Here we go. Isn't it so funny how things look so... They look so, you get so used to the way you view things. We're so addicted to our phones, right? It's terrible. When you have a certain phone and then you get a new one and everything just looks off and you're like, oh, I don't like this. And you kind of like pick it apart, but then you get used to it and you go back to something older and you're like, oh, how did I like this? This is a mess. That's kind of like what I'm feeling right now as I'm looking at this now. But yes. So Venus is sextile Pluto. And as I'm talking about this is today into tomorrow. And of course, a lot of these energies we feel for many days because most of the planets don't move that fast. But Venus is, and tomorrow will be in an exact sextile to Pluto during this new moon. So that is a really beautiful energy for Venus. And she will be moving to 0 degrees of Aries, I believe the day after. So she's at that 29 degree of Aries point, that anaretic degree, in an exact sextile to Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So, and we're going to get, I want to speak to that in a second too. We're going to get to that in a second, but we're going to talk about this. So this is big, them both being at 29 degrees. And when I say an anaretic degree, what I mean is this is the final degree of a sign. This is make it or break it time. If you have a placement in your natal chart at 29 degrees, thank you, Stanley. This is a significant energy that you came here to complete in this lifetime. This is really where the rubber meets the road as far as mastering the lessons of these energies. And so this 29 degree, this is a big energy here. of Venus and Pluto. They're really activating each other strongly. We're working with energies of empowerment. Venus is getting a major boost of empowerment from Pluto before she enters the sign of Aries, which is, of course, all about empowerment and courage and bravery. So really getting that boost. This is a sextile, so this is a positive aspect. They are stimulating each other. And we're just feeling that, like a huge activation of our divine feminine. I'm feeling really stepping into her power. I'm releasing density from the shadow side of the feminine. Maybe one thing that we're experiencing here. We may be noticing this in relationships, right? There's like a make it or break it energy to our relationships around this time. And remember, we have a lot of soul contracts ending right now and a lot of new soul contracts coming online. So we're really going to be feeling it with this energy, I think. Noticing, paying attention. And Pete, I think you mentioned this the other day. Hello, Tiny Moon Goddess. I think I caught a clip that you did on, I forget which social media you posted it on, Pete, but it was about pay attention to who's entering and who's leaving your life right now. If someone's falling off your timeline, if someone's falling out of your reality, let them. If somebody is coming in, pay attention to who's coming in, especially the people that you resonate and you vibrate with, and know that we are making space for those connections. And also remember, sometimes people fall off our timeline because our energy is misaligned, but then they come back. All right, if they're meant to and their energy is a match again. And I've known the people that I've had the most powerful connections with are people who showed up in my life randomly and then maybe fell out of my life and then showed up again. And we've done this dance with each other throughout our lifetimes, right? Where they always come back in when they're meant to. All right. And that's how I've known that these people were soul family. And so if you do have people falling off your timeline right now and you know that they are soul family, don't fret. Don't allow yourself to get worked up about it. I know it's really hard. I'm experiencing this in my reality right now as well. Know that when the timing is right, if they're meant to come back in, they will. All right. So just keep holding your vibration. Just keep continuing to grow and move forward. Keep focusing on who is in your reality, who is coming back around, the new people that are coming in, and those are the people that are meant to be in your timeline right now. All right. Remember, everything is about right now. Okay. And there are different aspects of soul growth. Some people have to go through these periods alone. Some people need different people in their life when they're going through different aspects of their growth, just as we did. And so just know this and understand this, that we're all getting exactly what we need. All right. And just continue to focus on your own growth, your own evolution, and who and what is right in front of you. Remember, Spirit is clearing a path. Spirit is showing you. Spirit is bringing in everything that you need. Everyone that you're meant to connect with right now, it is all, chasing is pushing away, exactly, Stanley. It is all coming in. It's just our job to notice it, to notice the synchronicities, to notice what resonates with us. All right? Who resonates with us? What resonates with us? What information that's coming in, right? All the information that we need. I told the universe that I needed more information on and I don't like using the word truth because truth is a relative term. There are billions of truths, right? But the truth that resonates with me about what exactly is going on as far as this construct that we live in. There is more going on than a lot of us are aware of. And I wanted to understand that more. I wanted to understand creation more. I wanted to understand the stuff that I want to talk to you guys about, but I don't speak on because I don't feel as though I have enough information, and I don't ever want to mislead people. Remembering, of course, that whatever I do ultimately share is just my perspective and the perspectives of people that resonate with me. Thank you for that donation, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Right. But still, it's up to you. It's each person's own responsibility to practice discernment. Right. So in that regard, anything that I share, it's on the person, what they connect with and what they accept as their own truth. Right. But still, I don't like talking about things if I feel like I'm really wishy-washy about what resonates for me. So I asked Spirit to give me more information, and that's been coming through. I've been receiving a lot of that, random books that people have gifted me, new teachers coming into my life, new resources. And so it's like, Seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. Exactly. It's beautiful to sit back, Amber. This is practicing that divine feminine aspect of manifestation where we just attract it. We just call it to us. And so just pay attention to what's coming into your reality that you resonate with, all right? Judging everything by that resonance. Anything else we want to talk about with Venus here? So yeah, this is also when we're talking about this 29 degree, this anaretic degree, this dance with Venus and Pluto. This is the final time, I do believe, that they will meet with Pluto and Capricorn in our lifetime. Remember, Pluto takes over 200 years to move through the zodiac. All right, so we will not experience Pluto in every sign in our lifetime. We will experience, I don't know, what is it, 18 to 20 years or so, 18 to 30 years, I think. Pluto doesn't spend the same amount of time in every sign. No, sometimes it's about 10. There are some, something fun I recently learned was that astrologers, they define generations by their Pluto sign. All right. And so according to astrological generations, there are some generations that are really short, like 10 to 12 year windows, and others that are much bigger than that, like 20 plus years. And Pluto and Scorpio, which is my generation, is actually, I think it's only a 10-year window of people born, souls born during that energy of Pluto. So that's a whole different topic. It's really fascinating, but we're not going to experience it all. So this is the last time, I do believe, in our lifetime that Venus is going to meet Pluto in Capricorn. Venus, of course, is not in Capricorn, but at this time, she is, of course, in the last degree of Pisces, about to move into Aries, but with Pluto in Capricorn. So this is big. And this is also having to do with our perspectives and energies around wealth and money, prosperity. This has to do with with relationships. We're going to be wrapping up energies around that. Any of these are creativity. And like I said, most importantly, I'm feeling for this, our empowerment. So pay attention to what's coming up with that as well. And then really get ready for this huge burst of energy as Venus moves into Aries over the next couple days. It's going to be, I think, within the 2-2 portal energies, probably on the 22nd. I'm imagining that Venus is will definitely be, maybe even on the 21st. She's going to be in that sign of Aries. I could look right now, but I don't want to spend too much time going through my chart and doing all of that. We get the gist of it. All right, it's going to be big. And we do have Aries season beginning next month with the equinox, Pluto entering Aquarius, Saturn entering Pisces. Next month's going to be lit, you guys. So this is like really drink in these health codes and this beautiful calming Piscean energy, because we're going to need, it's like a restoration, and restoration isn't even the word, it is, but there's a different word that I'm looking for. As these energies come through, it's really revitalizing, fortifying. That's what it is. It's a fortifying energy to really help us to build up our reserves so that we are able to move into March and really hit the ground running. All right. Another thing that I wanted to mention before we move on here and pull some cards is that we have some interesting energies going on with Mars as well during this new moon. We have Mars in a trine with Mercury. So Mars in Gemini trine Mercury and Aquarius. This is a beautiful air trine going on right now. And we also have, what else is Mars doing here? Let me pull up my... Mars is sextile Chiron as well. And Chiron is conjunct Jupiter, I do believe. Yes, Chiron is conjunct Jupiter. They're a few degrees away, but we're feeling this energy of them conjunct. So this, especially with these Pisces energies, feels like a really beautiful window of time for communication. So if there is somebody that you are desiring to communicate with, if you're wanting to really connect and be able to speak to somebody at a soul level, I'm feeling very much that this window here, really, from today until around the 22nd, 23rd, is going to be a beautiful time to do that. We do want to be aware that Mercury is also in a square to Uranus. So this can sometimes cause us to blow things out of proportion. It can add a bit of a reckless mental energy, but it can also allow us, if we utilize this energy properly, anytime we have Mercury connected with Uranus, there's also an opportunity to engage the higher mind. And so we want to just be wary with that. But know that other than that slightly challenging aspect, this is a really great time as well, not only to communicate with people. With this Chiron conjunct Jupiter energy, that's where I'm feeling this too, because that brings healing, right? That brings a boost of positivity to our healing process, and it allows us to have those difficult conversations in a way that is constructive. But this Mars energy here, with this Mars relationship with Mercury, helps us to bring our thoughts, words, and ideas into physical manifested form very easily as well. So bringing our inspiration into form, having those heartfelt soul-to-soul conversations, just of course being wary that we are seeking to understand, and that we are communicating constructively so that we don't kind of blow things out of proportion. The way I'm feeling this Mercury square Uranus energy is, if we're not communicating with people and we're just in our heads, that's where we're going to be having more of the tendency during this time to blow things out of proportion and create problems and issues that aren't even there. And if we had been able to simply speak to somebody, we probably would have been able to solve things pretty quickly. It's the lack of communication and the being stuck in our heads and the assuming that we know and understand situations. That's where I'm feeling a lot of the issues and the problems arising. This Jupiter conjunct Chiron aspect is also really beautiful because it's lending kind of like if we've been feeling real like that dark night of the soul, really entrenched in our wounds lately, like our wounds are open and bleeding, this Jupiter energy is going to be like kind of a soothing balm along with this new moon in Pisces, that's really going to help us to put some things into perspective and to feel like bring a sense of renewed hope toward whatever it is that we've been working on and working towards healing in our lives currently. And that is, of course, in Aries energy. So we're looking especially at those Aries themes. All right, I'm just looking over the comments here again. You guys are amazing. Hello, Indigo Spirit. Yeah, seriously, this week, I'm telling you guys, I feel so good right now. And I've definitely been going through some ups and downs. And it's always important to acknowledge, though, when we feel great, it is like this, right? So the highs and the lows that are all part of this experience. But let's enjoy the good feelings when we got them, right? All right. Oh, we also have aspects to the nodes during this new moon. So bringing in that energy, really bringing us, dissolving anything that's preventing us. We talked about connecting with and embodying more of our soul, more of our higher self, but also anything that is detracting from our soul purpose. All right, our souls are really coming through strong, seeking to align us with the highest and best timeline and path for our own growth. And interesting. My eyes landed on the Dream Oracle, so I think we're going to pull a couple of Dream Oracle cards for this new moon to get us started here. And that is perfect as we are in this beautiful, dreamy Piscean energy right now. Clear. Tiny Moon Goddess, the two fish going in two different directions. Yeah, speak to that. This is where our fish are being aligned, are coming into alignment. That is the goal here. But we're also, of course, anytime we're being brought into alignment, we're also being shown, conversely, where we're out of alignment. That's how we come back into better alignment. Hello, Robin. I don't know if I said hello to you yet. All right, tell us about this new moon in Pisces. Dreams, for a lot of people, that may be another reason I'm choosing this deck, have been off the charts and very vivid for a lot of people. I know, so one of the common ascension symptoms that people talk about that I was experiencing, I'm starting to come out of it a little bit now, thank God. But it's the waking up between around 3 in the morning. 3 to 4 a.m. I was doing that for quite some time. And I know part of it too had to do with my son, his sleep schedule. He's up and down. He's just starting to sleep better at night now. He's never been a terrible sleeper, but he would wake up a couple times during the night. So part of it, I blamed it on that a little bit, but then I realized I think it really was an ascension symptom too. A lot of people, we begin waking up during that time. And it's just part of this process as we're awakening and activating psychically. And a lot of times then, if we are able, we'll fall back to sleep around 5 a.m. or so. That's right around the time that my son wakes up. So that you can see how that was a bit of a problem. But dreams can be very vivid in that time when we fall back asleep. Or right before we wake up, but especially when we fall back asleep, and just dreams in general. I know I didn't dream for the longest time, and I've just started dreaming pretty consistently. And so that's definitely a sign of the pineal gland activating and waking up. And yes, we want to pay attention to what we're eating, what we're putting into our bodies, and what we're drinking as far as activating our pineal gland and decalcifying our pineal gland. Why not 7 a.m., right, Spirit? Hello, Clown Atlas. Welcome. Yes, you made it. But because we are in this process of desiring to decalcify the pineal gland, but also simply thinking of your pineal gland aids in that process. So something that I've been trying to do at night when I remember is just to envision my pineal gland, that little pine cone in your brain, right? And just imagine it just pulsing with light. And this will help to activate it and help to decalcify it as well, simply through that intention. Yeah. So we have food and eating coming out first. Be mindful of the thoughts you are ingesting. All right. And so this is, I'm not used to having the, the camera so close, you guys. This is really important, right? This is what we talk about all the time. What are you consuming? And the understanding that consumption is not just what we're eating and drinking. It's what we're watching to. It's what we're listening to. It's where we're going. It's who we're interacting with. So being really mindful of that during this time. And this card especially harps on thoughts. So what are the thoughts that you're ingesting? These will be the thoughts that you allow yourself to think, right? The thoughts that we indulge in. Coming with the food analogy again, right? Indulgence. Because we all have negative thought loops, right? It takes a while to work out of that energy. But are we indulging in them? And I'm sorry, I know that was kind of aggressive. I did the pointing and said you. Remember, I point one finger at you, 3 are pointing back at me. So this is for me as much as anyone else. But it's this energy of what thoughts are we indulging in? Are we turning that around? Or are we letting ourselves fall into those spirals? And what conversations are we having with other people? Who are we listening to? What are we reading? Right? Because we're ingesting all of those thoughts as well. All the thoughts that we take in. So being really mindful of that and how that's affecting our vibration and our reality. Then we have color coming out. Express your true feelings. And if anyone's been dreaming, this deck is kind of fun because these cards signify what these things mean when they come up in your dreams. And of course, these are archetypal meanings. There can be individual meanings for things too. There's not like a one size fits all as far as dream interpretation goes. But these are like commonly associated themes if you're dreaming about these things. So if you're dreaming about food and eating, it has to do with consumption. What you're consuming on all levels of your being, what you're taking into your vessel, to your energy, to your reality, your psyche, your consciousness. And color has to do with expressing feelings. So what is a truth? What is a truth that needs to be expressed? This is the Dream Oracle cards. This was a gift from my sister. She's really great. She doesn't really like to work with cards all that much, but she is really great at picking out decks for me. She's gotten me a few and they've all been awesome, and ones that I don't have, which is difficult for people to do because as we know, I have a lot of decks. I'm not sure how many. I know I've got over 50 at this point. I'm probably over 60. But it's okay. We all have our things. So what truth needs to be expressed? Where have you been holding back expressing what you truly feel? Yeah, Stephanie, I definitely recommend it. It's a fun deck. It has really great energy associated with it. Yeah. So it's like, what are you taking in and what are you putting out? And Spirit is saying it's not just about the truth that you need to speak. It's also about the truth that maybe you don't need to speak. Because remember, not everything needs to be shared. All right. If somebody is not in a place, and this is Spirit talking to me right now. If somebody is not in a place to hear the truth that you want to share with them, and like you guys said, this is a message for me coming through that I know is going to resonate for some of you too. So I'm going to say it blunt, like it's coming through and like I'm feeling it right now. Sometimes if somebody's not in a place to hear the truth that you want to speak, it's best to just shut the fuck up. Like that's how it's coming through right now. Right? Like honesty can be cruel when it is out of its time and place. All right. And not everybody needs to, like, yes, there are probably a lot of people in our lives who value our ability to speak truth and come to us asking for that truth. But if they don't ask for it, it's not our place to give it. All right. Sometimes people just want us to hold space. Sometimes they just want to be heard. Sometimes they just want to be seen. Sometimes they just want to go through what they're going through, to be in the pain, to be in the struggle, or to be wherever they're at without somebody trying to move them into a different place. All right. And sometimes it's like, we know things. You know that phrase, ignorance is bliss. Some people would prefer to stay in ignorance, and that is their right to do so. This is like continuing to expound upon this right now. All right. Quiet compassion. Exactly. All right. It's their right to do so. It's like if we know something, it's not our responsibility to share everything we know with everybody. Hello, Charlie. This is where discernment comes in again. Share it with the people who are ready to hear it. All right. And don't call people out before they're ready to hear what we have to say. Everyone moves in their own time and space. Exactly. So knowing when to express truth and when to keep it to ourselves, right? Knowing when and how to express our own emotions, but knowing that, of course, we don't want to just bury something that's burning within us that needs to be spoken. All right, there's a difference, and it's understanding that difference. And it's and I'm also feeling like there's people who feel different ways for people that care for people, and they want to like share their feelings about somebody. Like I love you, or I like you a lot. This is especially, I'm feeling like a romantic energy for somebody here. It's like having a crush, but being afraid to speak out about how you really feel. And so Spirit's saying, if there's somebody on here who resonates with that, you're crushing on somebody. Could be a friend or a coworker, somebody that you've known for a while. Could be somebody new that you just met. And you're vibing with them, but you're not sure how they feel about you, and you're kind of sheepish about saying how you feel. Or if it's a friend, it's like you don't want to ruin the friendship, whatever it is. Spirit's saying, express your true feelings. Express how you really feel. All right? This is your permission to do so. Not that you needed it, but somebody needed it, or somebody needed the confirmation. All right? And then we have the computer coming out with music. And the computer is all about, it says, upgrade your mental software. All right? And we've been doing this in earnest ever since we had North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, working through those belief systems, right? This upgrading of the mental software. And I'm feeling like what Spirit's saying too is with this 2-2 portal, it's not just physical light codes coming in with this wave of the 2-2 portal. It's also light codes to assist in the upgrading, not only of the physical vessel, but of the mind, of the brain, and the pineal gland. That's why we were talking about it. And then music, sing the song of your soul and dance to your unique rhythm. But what I'm feeling with the music, why this came out with the computer, was part of how we're being asked to assist in the upgrading of our mental software is through sound. So working with sound, working with frequency, and also with the music that you're called to or drawn to, that's going to assist in the rewiring of the circuits in our brains right now and the reprogramming. Yeah, especially binaural beats that bring you into a theta brainwave. And this is why in theta healing, which is one of the modalities that I offer, that I practice, where we work with these belief systems, we do a meditation to take us into a theta brainwave, because the theta brainwave is the brainwave of the subconscious. It is a brainwave where all this programming exists and where it can be altered and adjusted. So working especially with binaural beats that assist in getting you into that theta brainwave state. Theta, and I almost want to say beta maybe too. Yeah, maybe beta as well. I also thought alpha, but now I think I'm just listing all the different brainwaves in my head, but beta popped into my mind. But theta, maybe beta as well. Maybe alpha. I don't know. Play around with it. But definitely like play around with how you feel with your brain in these different states. Notice if you play binaural beats and you put yourself into a certain brainwave, how does that feel? How does your body feel as you're in that brainwave, right? How does your energy body feel? And just work with that and work with what feels good to you. Relaxing, stimulating, whatever it is in any given time. And if you're working with affirmations and things like that, doing those affirmations while listening to binaural beats is going to help them to sink in better. All right, we have baby on the bottom of the deck. Reconnect with your innocence. I love that. I love that. That beautiful, pure, innocent energy. There's very much an energy of that with Pisces. Then we have party coming up with house. So this is all about celebrating yourself, celebrating your life. And I love this with the home card. It says, come home to the residence of your soul resonance. I'm going to say that again. Come home to the residence of your soul resonance. And this very much is feeling like the energy of the soul song too, right? Emitting your soul song. This is really celebrating yourself. Celebrating yourself and celebrating your soul. All right? Through honoring your soul and where it's guiding you, where it's leading you. I also feel like somebody around this time may want to actually throw a literal house party. And this doesn't have to be like the crazy wild house parties of our youth, right? This could be a bunch of people getting together and doing a moon ceremony, right? Celebrating each other, celebrating their soul, celebrating their accomplishments. I'm feeling like a party or a get together where everyone shares what they love about each other and the ways that they see each other shine, which I really love that. So like celebrating each other. Yeah. And really getting building that connection, that togetherness, right? I would love to, Stephanie. I wish we are all going to have a house party together one day or something similar to it. We're going to do a retreat. We're going to do something that will be in the works. It absolutely has to and needs to happen. I would love to do something like that jointly with Pete. I think that would be super fun. Really get the whole tribe together. That will be coming within this next couple year window. I do believe. And then we have the Naked card on the bottom of the deck. Dare to bear all. So really, this is like when we're talking about having people over, connecting with people, celebrating with people. This is like being truly open and vulnerable with each other. Really connecting. Remember, Pisces energy wants to connect on a soul level. It is all about our soul tribe, our divine soul mates. All right. Okay, what else are we going to do? All right, I'm just going for the first decks that I look at. Mount Shasta would be amazing, Jamie. I really want to go there in the next couple of years. I always want to go back to Sedona. I love Sedona. It felt so at home. I felt so at home when I was there. I'm going to be traveling to Arkansas very soon, which is actually a very high vibrational place. I didn't even realize. But Mount Shasta is definitely calling. That is the root chakra of the planet. And so wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if we started with the root chakra and we worked our way through the chakras, and every year or two we had like a get together or a retreat at one of these chakras. I mean, depending on some of the stipulations and regulations that some countries have put in place, not all of us may be allowed to travel to all these places, but to all the ones that did let us in, I I think it would be really cool. Do like a world tour. And I mean, there are different people who believe that different locations are the chakras, right? So we could really feel into it and decide like what we were feeling as far as what resonates with which. I feel like spirit would guide that journey for us, and it would be really fun. So I love the idea of starting with Mount Shasta and moving on from there. And we have been, a lot of people, hello, Lori, welcome. So happy to have you here. A lot of people have been called to these spiritual sites, these high vibrational places, to reactivate the energies there, to receive activations and to activate these places again, and these dormant spiritual energies. And so that may be one of, that may be something that we're being called to do. Hello, Valoria. Oh, yay. Hello, Lori. Welcome. I'm so glad you made it. Looking back over the chat real quick. Yes, dreams of nudity mean you're willing to be your true self with others. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Just wanted to check that real quick. Okay. Clear. Astro Star Codes Oracle. This is the oracle that we are using, the deck we're using now. Let's get some more energy on this new moon in Pisces. More energy for the new moon in Pisces. And yes, like I said, I know some new people have hopped on now. Oh, thank you, Rosie. That was very sweet. I appreciate your donation. What was I saying? I'm gonna attempt to do a another live stream for the Pisces season energies before I leave to go visit family later this week. More info, just Google it. Google is your best friend when it comes to stuff like this. They'll talk about, that'll tell you what chakras people are feeling. And remember, the energies shift. And so as like, it's like, I think the axis of the earth shifts, the chakras shift as well. But Mount Shasta as the root, that seems to be generally agreed upon. I know Egypt is largely agreed upon to be the throat chakra. So Egypt is the throat. Mount Shasta is known as the root. I want to say it was either Bali or Maui that was known as the one of the chakras. I wanted to say heart, but I think the heart is actually somewhere in England, I want to say. If anybody knows, hop on and let us know, fill us in on what you've heard represent these different chakras. And I would definitely be down for another trip to Egypt at some point in the future. Just looking over the chat a little bit. Yeah, I think the chakra idea, that's gold. We're gonna do that, you guys. We're gonna do that. All right. Okay, so we have the 6th house coming out, sustainability. And this is card number 44. All right, so let me feel into these energies for a minute, guys. Hold on, I just missed a message. I just want to see what somebody said before I feel in. Yes, all right. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So the 6th house, I got, Valoria, your comment kind of threw me for a second. I wanted to start talking about that, but that's a whole different topic for another live stream. We have the essence of our soul, but we have our groups, like our soul is really connected to our group soul. All right, and so there's many essences that make up that group soul, and then there's the individual spark, our own individual spark of essence, which can, of course, fractalize itself into many, many different experiences simultaneously. All right, that's all we're going to say about that right now. Stonehenge, yes, I think that's the heart chakra, Suzanne. I think you're right. All right, so the 6th house, sustainability. This is the house that's ruled by Virgo, right? This is the house that rules our physical vessel. All right, so once again, bringing it back to the physical health, supporting the physical body. Yes, I think Machu Picchu is one. Somebody said that. See how all the chakras are aligning here? So really working with what is sustaining you. This is what Spirit wants to know. What is sustaining you physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally? Remember what came through in the Saturn and Pisces video. It's either feeding and fueling your soul or it's not. Hi, Jane. Welcome. Period. End of discussion. Is it feeding your soul or is it not? Is it sustaining your spirit, your physicality, your mental body, your emotional body, or is it not? That's that question we're being asked to ask of everything and everyone in our lives. And we want to engage in sustainable practices. And so this is Spirit saying, like, it's time to get that spiritual routine in place. All right? And like, if you're trying to start, right, because there's a lot of us, like, we have trouble sometimes locking down that routine. And so if you relate to that, Spirit's saying, pick something that's sustainable. Instead of saying, I need to meditate for an hour every day, and then, of course, not feeling like you have time for that, with Spirit's laughing at that, right? But we're not even going to get into the feeling like we have time for it or not. But not feeling like we have time for that. What's a more manageable, what's a more sustainable goal? 5 minutes a day? 20 minutes every other day? Right? Think about it like that. You want to start exercising to improve your physical health or your vitality, your stamina. Maybe exercising every day isn't in the cards. 3 times a week. Could you commit to that? Right? Does it need to be a huge intensive routine? Or can it be a 20-minute walk a few times a week? All right, what is sustainable for you? We want to start with what is sustainable for us and build on that. And we want to build sustainable habits and practices. We really want to get into the habit of this. Spirit saying, if nothing else, make sure that you're clearing yourself every night before you go to bed. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Make sure you're clearing yourself every night before you go to bed. Make sure that you are setting that intention to awaken on your best timeline. All right, every morning when you wake up. What is it, Pete? Drop it in the chat what it is that you say about waking up on your highest and best timeline. I am now on my highest and best timeline. I always get the exact words mixed up, but you guys know what I'm saying. All right? Set those intentions if nothing else. That is incredibly important. If that's the only thing you do, do that. All right? And then build from there. Spiritual hygiene, Spirit is saying, is very important right now. Start building sustainable habits in all areas of your life and look at and review the things in your life. I am now living on my highest timeline. Thank you, Pete. Exactly. Start every morning with that. End every morning with a clearing. It's not a bad idea to clear your energy in the morning too, right? There's never a bad time. It's as many times as we can remember to do it. Spirit saying, clear that energy. I totally forgot what I was just saying, so I guess it's not that important. Yeah, I guess it's not that important. We're going to move on. So we have retrograde coming out with Venus. Review and beloved. Yes, I love that, Pete. Yeah, before bed, I intend to wake up on my highest timeline. Oh, I love you so much, Valoria. You're amazing. You're so sweet. And for anyone who's curious, my son is doing amazing, by the way. He is so beautiful. I wish that I could share him with all of you because he is just, oh my God. It's almost painful having such a bright soul and such a beautiful child that I can't share on social media, but I just don't feel right with the energy of it currently. I feel like I need to shield him from that energy. Liam, yes. It's just not, it's just not appropriate, I feel, at this time. But it is a struggle, because I'm telling you guys, maybe at some point, like if I start a Patreon or something like that, for everyone who joins that, maybe I'll share some stuff with you guys on there, because like, oh my God, he's incredible. I light right up when I talk about him, because he's that bright. He is that bright of a soul. All right, but this Venus retrograde energy here, well, that's simple enough right there. I don't know that Venus is going retrograde this year, though. Venus, oh yeah. Oh, yes, she is. All right, I take that right back. I'm remembering now the Leo video that I did. Venus is going retrograde in Leo this year, you guys. And that's going to be, I believe that's in the summertime. And if my Leos, let me know. You might know for your own personal knowledge, or you might have watched the reading that I did. And I apologize to any signs I haven't gotten the sneak peek into 2023 readings out for. It's so hard to find time to do videos right now. I squeeze them in when I can, but I am just like so busy, and there's so much going on. So if I haven't gotten yours out yet, I will, I promise. If it makes you feel any better, I have not done any of my primary signs yet either. I haven't done Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, Cancer rising, Virgo moon. I haven't done any of those. So I did my Venus sun, Venus and Gemini, but I haven't done a lot of them. So it's like, I've saved myself for last two, you guys, partially because like, I don't know. But the rest of them will be coming up. But anyone who caught the Leo video, I talked about the Venus retrograde in there. I think it was in the summertime that Venus is going to retrograde in the sign of Leo. So anyone drop it in the chat if you know. But that's going to be a big energy is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like we are getting prepared for that energy a little bit right now, which is really interesting. Yeah. There's a connection right now that's prepping us for some of that energy, I think. And that's just going to be a really powerful time, Spirit is saying. But this is also with the Beloved card and the Review card here. This is about us really looking at and reviewing our energy around love and relationships. And not just relationships with other people. This is the self-love as well. So really looking at that, and we're going to be, of course, digging into this in earnest during the Venus retrograde in Leo. But it's like this heart-opening energy and this digging into this. And it makes sense where we have that Venus sextile Pluto energy going on today as well, right? Like, it's just, the energy of that is really beginning now. So there's going to be a lot of that energy this year. Looking at our connections, looking at our relationships, reviewing the people in our lives and how they fit, how they resonate with us, how just our understanding of ourselves in relationships, right? Where it is that we still have some growth to do. Which relationships are supporting that growth? Which relationships are now hindering that growth? And our relationship with ourselves, of course, the most important relationship we will ever have. Two most important relationships we will ever have, correction. A relationship with ourselves and our relationship with spirit. All right. And so really digging into that. We have balance on the bottom of the deck here, Libra energy, which is a sign that is, of course, ruled by Venus. And so really understanding, coming to a way to have more balance and harmonious relationships. Really feeling a deep connection, connecting more powerfully and more deeply with the people in our lives. Like a resurgence of that love and connection I'm feeling for people too. And really looking at and paying close attention to the people and the things that we love. And how it is that we're showing up for them, as well as how they're showing up for us. Anything else here? I want to pull from the Zodiac of the 108 here. clear. Give me a little more energy on this Venus retrograde. This review, this reviewing and balancing of our relationships. Self, other, spirit. We have sap coming out with bonfire. Nourishment, energy, roots, life force, community, orgasm, passion. All right, you guys. So this is really, I mean, this is a huge energy of, this is vitality. That's what these two cards together speak to me of, vitality. All right. So this is receiving the resources that we need in order to ignite our passion, our vitality, and our enjoyment of life. This is a return to physical health for people where your health has been, perhaps you've been dealing with some health issues. This is abundance coming back around. All right, this is new resource, new community coming in. This is, I feel like root chakra energy here. And I also feel like Kundalini energy. Exploring, some people exploring sacred sexuality here. There's a lot of energy going on here. But it's like our essential life force energy during Venus retrograde is going to get sparked here. And we're feeling the beginnings of this now, is what Spirit's saying. And as Venus enters Aries, right? Venus. So Venus is entering a fire sign over the next couple days. And Venus will be entering another fire sign during her retrograde. All right, so Venus in these fire signs really igniting our passion, really igniting our life force energy, bringing us powerful nourishment and vitality. I love this. And this is spilling over into our relationships as well. Balance, 2 cards indicating balance here. New perspectives. Ascension, right? The hot air balloon. One of the words on here is ascension, you guys. Rising above, going with the flow. Freedom. I love this. So it's like we're grounding down and it's also lifting us up. Really interesting. I love this. Yeah. So this is the energy right now as we're in the 2-2 portal, and this is energy that's going to continue, I feel, during the Venus retrograde for us. We have the Labyrinth coming out. Tell me more about this. And the Phoenix. All right, boom. I love it. This is perfect. So the Labyrinth is all about delays, complications, catch-22s, problems. And the Phoenix is all about transformation. So a problem finding a solution, a transformation to some stalemate, some area of your life where there seemed to be a problem that had no solution. And this could be for some people in relationships. This could be in your own spiritual journey. There's an inward revolution, an inward process here. And we rise from that. We rise out of that energy. We come out of that as the Phoenix. Another word on here. Ascension, we've seen it twice in these cards that I've pulled, you guys. So this is, I mean, these energies, this new moon, this gateway that's opening up here, and these energies that are going to be running straight through not only March, but we're feeling into the Venus retrograde right now, into the summer, right? They are powerful. We really, truly are. Like, this is liftoff. This is liftoff. All right, then we got the rainbow, the wish granted. And this came out with the winter card. Patience pays off. All right, this is about manifesting. So for somebody, it's like I'm saying all this stuff, right? Of all this stuff that's coming in. these powerful shifts and transformations. Hello, Pamela. Welcome. For some people, don't get discouraged if it doesn't transpire in the time frame that I just mentioned. For some people, it may take longer. It may be your harvest may come in the winter time. Spirit wanted to clarify that for somebody, I feel like. Hello, Brittany. Welcome. All right. Then we got book burning on the bottom of the deck. This is about changing the narrative, flipping the script, burning it down, right? And fine print underneath that. Hidden information. So with the book burning, which can also relate to censorship and silencing, I think this is a reminder from Spirit that while more people are going to be awakening, the censorship and the attempts to silence people and keep the truth from being revealed is going to increase. So just be aware of that and know that, and don't let that discourage you. That's just them trying to compensate for a battle that they've already lost. And by them, I mean the people who wish to prevent us from ascending and moving forward. From burning it down, as we said, right? It's already on fire. That's the thing that's the truth of it, right? All right. My phone is dying, which I think is a sign that it's about time to wrap up this live. So I'm going to pull a final card. And I think I'm going to pull from the Sacred Rebels deck for all of my beautiful Sacred Rebels. Let's get another card for this Pisces new moon. Clear. Pisces new moon reading, which really kind of, exactly, Suzanne. It only fans the flames more, right? Which kind of has now evolved into a looking deeper into 2023 kind of reading here, which I love. Give us one guiding card. I'm being drawn to the picture of the ancestor here. There's an ancestral, an older tribal looking ancestral woman on the top here. My eyes immediately went to her. Oh, that came up quick. Inner Trust, card 2. Trust, know thyself. In order to trust thyself, we must first know thyself. That's what's coming to mind right now. And I love how this is card 2. And on the bottom of the deck here, we have card 22. She feels she knows. All right. So 222, 222. All right. Which is, of course, going to be the peak of this second 2-2 portal energy. So see, inner trust. When you trust yourself, you trust your feeling, you trust your knowing, and you're able to move from that place of inspiration and intuition. I am going to read inner trust for you guys, though. It says, though it may be cloaked and hidden, within you lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Oh, happy birthday. That's an awesome birthday. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. This oracle brings you the message that it is time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. You are being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you will open your heart and move easily toward the source of that love. Be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project which you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you are keen to explore. And this is, of course, resonance, right? Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or in the situations around you. This oracle asks you to trust yourself to find the most authentic and self-loving way to deal with that. Perhaps you have drawn this card because you are unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear or a lack of belief in your ability to support and care for yourself, or in the importance of your need for self-expression in your relationships. This oracle of inner trust comes to you with this guidance. You know what you are doing. You have enough wisdom and intuition to be able to place yourself more fully in the world, to take steps to unhide yourself. Let yourself be seen. Even if you feel you have no clue about what is happening at a broader level in your life, even if you can't quite see the whole picture of what is taking place within or around you, you still have all the wisdom and intuitive ability you need to take one step at a time and navigate your way through absolutely anything that life brings to your door. If you have been thinking of taking a leap of faith and doing things differently, whether in your personal life or your creative work, then this oracle brings a particular message to trust your instincts and go for it. This oracle comes at a time when the patterns of your life are shifting. You can take advantage of this shift and leap into an entirely new level of consciousness and experience. This is not a time for self-doubt or playing small. It is a time to get in touch with the courage, boldness, and daredevil within, and to take that step, big or small, into the future that is beckoning you forward. You have wings to fly. Sometimes we don't realize it until we leap over the edge of what we have known and begin to soar into a new life. And I feel like she knows coming out on the bottom of the deck is just really emphasizing this message for us. Trust what you feel, trust what you know, and act upon it. And know that you are entirely supported and protected in doing so. And you have within you all that you need to accomplish whatever it is that you set out to do, or whatever it is that Spirit has laid before you or brought to your door, as that card says. All right. This is a time of initiation. This is a time of activations. There's a lot happening right now, and each and every single one of us has what it takes to move through these energies, and not only to fly, but to soar. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I'm going to read through these comments before we close this live stream out. Just see what everyone had to say. Yeah, it's always hard for me with the weather too, Amber. I really enjoy being outside. I really enjoy sunshine and a lot of things that we don't get here year round. So I'm definitely itching for springtime here. And I can feel it. It's in the air already. Oh, yes, Valoria. I remember. I think we talked about that once. That his birthday was the 22nd. Did you say your cat? One of your cats is watching me so intently. Suzanne, that is so funny. A lot of people's cats really love me. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but they really do. I have actually a whole cat subscriber base. I had another friend. I think it's Pamela. Actually, whose cat did the same thing. She said every time she put on my videos, her cat would hear my voice and come running into the room and sit right in front of the screen to watch. I love it. I love cats. I am very allergic. I've thought about trying to get allergy shots or something so that I can be around them again. I grew up with cats and they're such amazing. So one of the books that I'm reading right now, I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the live stream. It's called The Past Chats and the Crystal People. And the Past Chats are lion people. And so I'm really enjoying reading about them. And my son really resonates with lion energy. He is a Leo rising, but I think there's more there than that. So it's really fun. I know some of the non-allergenic cats, though, they kind of freak me out, like the ways that they look, like the hairless cats and stuff. I can't do those. I don't know if there are some that don't look like that. I mean, and I love every living being, but I don't know that I could have one of those, the hairless cats in my house. I think it would weird me out too much. Though I do send, of course, love to them. But I love the cat thing. It just really cracks me up. And it's specifically cats. I don't know if my voice, if the frequencies and the light codes coming through my voice really resonate with cats, or if it's something about my energy. Maybe I am a cat person in other dimensions. I don't know. It's super fun. So I love hearing about people's cats when they watch. It makes I light up every single time because it's so funny. Yep. All right. What else is going on here? If you were a cat, you would like me to. Are they? I'll have to check that out because I really miss the energy of cats. I love cats too, right? Because they're not, and I know there's a little bit of judgment here, and I don't mean it to sound judgy, but cats are not codependent, right? They have their own sense of independence, right? They know what they want. They know who they are. When they want attention, they'll come and let you know. When they don't, they're doing their own thing. Don't bother them. You know, you can leave them alone. A cat has also retained a semblance of its wildness that other domestic animals have lost. Hello, Free Lion. Oh, I read that as Free Liam before, which is my son's name. I love that lion, Free Lion though. You know, they've retained that wildness. Like if a cat were out in the wild, they would most likely survive as long as people didn't do something inhumane like declaw them. And I know, no, we won't get into all of that. You know what I mean? They could survive. They're still hunters. They still have that wild instinct that other domesticated animals like dogs, for instance, have lost. And that's not to say I don't like dogs. I have a real affinity for cats and just the kind of energy that they carry. And yes, the Lyrans, absolutely, Pete. The Lyrans and this race that I'm reading the transmissions from in this book, they're called the Past Chats. That's what they call themselves. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Or the Lion people. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, absolutely, any animal will go feral. But I don't even necessarily mean feral. I mean, like, they have they've retained that ability to survive, right? That ability to thrive. They're powerful hunters, you know what I mean? Like cats are they're impressive beings. I understand why the Egyptians and some other races worshipped cats. And I think part of that too was the fact that some of these like the Past Chats and the Lyrans, some of these cat extraterrestrials actually presented themselves to the Egyptians as well. So they knew deities as being cats. If you look at there's Bastet, there's also Sekhmet. Sekhmet is portrayed as a woman with a lion's head. And so these are actually, I believe, caricatures of some of these extraterrestrials that revealed themselves to the people back in those days. They have definite sovereignty. Exactly, Suzanne. All right. I love you guys so much. I would love to sit and chat with you all night, but I probably need to start winding down for bed here. I'm sure my partner would love to come back into the bedroom. My office is kind of off the bedroom and there's no door, so he doesn't get any sleep as long as I'm in here doing this with you guys, but he's a good sport. But I appreciate you guys. You are amazing. I'm glad we were able to do this live. Go enjoy that new moon in Pisces, you guys. Go enjoy it. Oh, I love that rescue cats. Oh, rescues are the best. Really set that intention to absorb these light codes. Meditate. Pisces energy. It is that beautiful, mystical, ethereal energy. It's a great time to meditate. It's a great time to be just in our own energy. And also to share our energy with others. Just remember, being empaths, Pisces energy, because it is that collective energy, can take on energies very easily. So make sure you're staying extra clear and just pay attention to when you are taking on energies. And pay attention if you are feeling emotions, if you are having thoughts coming in, spirit saying not all of those might belong to you. So sort of check with that as well. Is this even mine? All right, you guys, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. If you didn't hit that like button yet, go ahead and do that after we close out this live. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back and I'll see you guys in the next day or two for the Pisces season live stream. So much love.